Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
My law practice is focused entirely on lemon law, defective cars that manufacturers cannot fix despite the fact they're purchased brand new and are still covered by a manufacturer's warranty. However, over the years, I've handled all manner of car cases, and I've always suspected that this could happen, but I've never actually handled a case involving it. Several people sent me the story out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Brendan Brown wrote this for KPLC. Caught on camera. Lake Charles woman says a dealership used her car parts to fix another customer's vehicle. And several people sent me a story, including Mark, James, and Sean. Thank you very much. The woman says the local dealership used parts from her vehicle to service another customer's car without her knowledge or permission. And she caught it all on camera. She brought her SUV to the dealership in Lake Charles in June after a tire blowout, so a tire problem. She says her vehicle sat at the dealership for more than a month with little communication from the service department. Now, I'm not sure why that would take so long. You'd think that a tire blowout would simply be replace the tire, but she went in person to check on her vehicle. She found out much more than she bargained for. When she arrived there, she noticed the hood of her vehicle was up, so she started filming. Then she noticed that her engine had been taken apart. She asked why her engine had been taken apart, because that has nothing to do with the tire blowout. On camera, the service manager admitted they'd used parts from her vehicle to service another customer's car without her knowledge or permission. She says the service manager told her several times that no one had touched her vehicle, but then he admitted that, yeah, something had happened. So she says taking something without permission is stealing, which is what y'all were doing, is stealing. That's what she said to him. Because had I not come up here, I wouldn't have known. Y'all would have just threw my car back together and expect me to drive it. Later down the line, when something went wrong, I would have been the person they tried to say was at fault, which of course you know they would do. She posted her video to social media where it quickly spread across the community. The footage shows the confrontation with the service manager inside the dealership's service bay. Now, the TV station visited the dealership and spoke with the owner. In a statement, the dealership said, "We took your feedback seriously and immediately began an internal review. Following that review, the service manager is no longer employed with our company. Our team is held to a high standard of customer care, professionalism, respect, and honesty. Every customer deserves to be treated with dignity, and we sincerely apologize to the customer involved." The woman now does have her vehicle back, but says she's a little uneasy about driving it. She's actively seeking legal representation and hopes her story serves as a warning to other customers of the dealership in Lake Charles. And so I can tell you right now, I don't know the law in Louisiana. I wouldn't pretend to practice law there, so I'm not going to do that. I can tell you, though, that generally speaking, if you bring your vehicle in someplace for repair and they have possession of it, they don't own it, you own it. Okay, that's pretty obvious. But they do have the right to work on it if you've authorized them to work on it. I know this seems really simple, but it's important to understand. The moment they misuse your vehicle is a problem, and it depends on how they misuse it. The most common one we've heard, and I've handled cases like this, is where somebody at the dealership jumps in the car and takes it for a joyride and then gets in an accident with it. I've handled lawsuits involving that exact situation. And I've actually seen a dealership say, we're authorized to drive the vehicle to test it. Okay, but a joyride is not a test, not a test drive. And second of all, that's not, of course, what's going on here. Here, parts are coming off her car going onto other people's cars. That is, in fact, theft. That's theft. Now, here's the issue, though. You understand that the law has all kinds of definitions of things, and theft often does say, I must take something from you without permission to do so or without a legal right to do so. And since the dealership's already in possession of it and they're taking parts off the car, it might not be considered theft. It would, however, be considered common law conversion. Conversion is what they call that, where somebody's got legal possession of something for a limited purpose and they use it for another purpose, especially if that's contrary to the owner's best interests. So I have heard of dealerships before, especially in the RV industry, where somebody goes in to buy a brand new RV And as they're walking through it, doing a final walkthrough, for instance, before they take possession of it, somebody goes, hey, this part's broken or this part's missing. And I've heard of a dealership before saying, oh, let's just go grab that part off another vehicle on our lot. But they're doing that with a vehicle that's on their lot that hasn't been sold yet. And that might be perfectly okay. Then again, some people might say, but if I buy a brand new vehicle, it's already had parts cannibalized off it, put back on, is that really, and that's another thing altogether, okay? What I'm talking about simply is the idea that when a dealership is looking to repair something that's right in front of them and they go, if only we had this part. Well, the fascinating thing is that there are many of those parts on the lot in other vehicles. The question is who owns those vehicles. So it's unclear what parts they were taking off this woman's engine, but apparently the parts department didn't have them, or they didn't want to pay that much for them. I can't imagine if you're working on a customer car, you'd think you would just say, here's how much the part costs, you're going to pay for it. So don't know quite what was happening, but it's possible the parts were not available. And, there were times, especially back a few years ago, during COVID, where there were parts shortages. And you can imagine somebody going, all we need is this one part. Oh, there's a car that's got the part. Interesting coincidence, but that car ain't yours. Don't take the parts off of it. It's not a parts car. We've all heard that phrase too. Car guys know this. You're working on a car that needs a couple different parts, and somebody goes, hey, I know somebody's got the exact same car with a blown engine. You could buy it and use it as a parts car. But this woman's car was used as a parts car by a dealership when she brought it in there for a blown tire. Now, I will point this out only because I know how the internet works. And right now, for those of you watching this video for the first time, especially if you caught it at the beginning when it went up at 10 a.m. Eastern time, a lot of people are going to say, Steve, why did she even leave her car? You have a tire blowout, you get the car to the dealership. How hard is that? They can't either get a tire out of their own inventory or get one there pronto and fix the car right now. Why would the car even spend the night there? But I can picture it happen late in the afternoon and they don't have tires in stock, but they get tires from someplace down the road and they go, look, we can have tire first thing in the morning. But that'd be the next day. I can't imagine leaving a vehicle for any longer than that. So the dealership had her car for more than a month, and that should have been a warning flag. I'm not saying it justifies what the dealership did. I'm just simply saying that so the people who comment below going, hey, it's all her fault. I'm pointing out that I recognize there is an issue there. However, that issue does not absolve the dealership from using her car as a parts car. So again, Mark, James, and Sean, thanks for sending that. Brendan Brown wrote that for KPLC, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Someplace down near Cripple Creek. Caught on camera. Lake Charles woman says Kia dealership used her car parts to fix another customer's vehicle. And that would be a no-no. Pretty much anywhere. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. Whoever said money doesn't buy happiness didn't know where to shop.